F-104 Starfighter soared into the history books as a game-changer in high-altitude flight during the Cold War era. Crafted by the brilliant minds at Lockheed, this remarkable aircraft was purpose-built as an interceptor and tactical fighter for the United States Air Force and its NATO allies. Taking its inaugural flight in 1954, the F-104 turned heads with its futuristic design, a slender fuselage, short wings, and a distinctive pointed nose. Its striking appearance earned it the moniker, the missile with a man in it. But this bird wasn't just about looks. It packed a punch with a powerful engine, propelling it to speeds of Mach 2.2 and altitudes exceeding 100,000 feet. Yet for all its speed and agility, taming the F-104 was no easy feat. Pilots often grappled with its challenging nature, leading to a high accident rate and the infamous nickname Widowmaker. Nonetheless, this aircraft endures as an iconic symbol of Cold War aviation prowess. Introducing Kelly Johnson. Kelly Johnson, known formally as Clarence Leonard Johnson, was no ordinary figure in the world of aviation. This trailblazing American aeronautical engineer and designer embarked on his journey after studying at the University of Michigan. And in 1933, he embarked on a remarkable career with the Lockheed Corporation. However, what truly set Johnson apart was his role as the head of Skunk Works, Lockheed's clandestine development division. Over the course of his illustrious career, he etched his name in the annals of aviation history by crafting more than 40 aircraft, many of which left an indelible mark during World War II. His creations included the legendary P-38 Lightning, the cutting-edge P-80 Shooting Star jet fighter, and the majestic C-69 Constellation. But that was just the beginning. Johnson's inventive genius knew no bounds, and he went on to design the U-2 spy plane, a pioneering aircraft that ventured beyond the stratosphere to soar above 60,000 feet. And then came his magnum opus, the SR-71 Blackbird, a masterpiece crafted entirely from titanium and hailed as the fastest and most iconic aircraft of the Cold War era. Reimagining aircraft design. After the dust of World War II had settled, the world of aircraft design embarked on a new trajectory. The prevailing trend was to build bulkier, heavier aircraft capable of carrying substantial payloads over extended distances. But Kelly Johnson was no conformist. In November 1951, just 1 year after the eruption of the Korean War, Johnson embarked on a unique mission. He toured various U.S. military bases, engaging in profound conversations with battle-hardened fighter pilots. These veterans, forged in the crucible of combat, imparted invaluable insights drawn from their experiences. They painted a vivid picture of the challenges they faced and the critical requirements for a new fighter aircraft to counter the formidable Soviet jet-powered fighter. Design of the F-104 Starfighter. The Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-15 Faggot, with its small frame, lightning speed, and agility, dominated the skies in combat. American pilots aboard F-86 Sabres found themselves locked in fierce dogfights, often feeling outmatched by the enemy. Kelly Johnson listened intently to the battle-scarred veterans and understood that the U.S. Air Force needed a dedicated interceptor to level the playing field against this formidable new Soviet fighter. Upon his return to the United States in early 1952, Johnson wasted no time. He and his team embarked on a mission to create an aircraft solely centered on performance. The mandate was clear. It had to be compact, lightweight, and armed with a potent engine. This became the minimalist blueprint for the new aircraft. They brainstormed over 100 aircraft configurations before settling on a design weighing over 12,000 pounds, powered by a single engine. In 1953, the U.S. Air Force handed Lockheed a contract for 2 prototypes. Their engine of choice was the General Electric J79 turbojet, but due to limited availability, Lockheed had to adapt and employ the British Wright XJ65W6 series. The prototypes were christened XF-104, and progress surged forward with the creation of mock-ups. The first of these sleek birds was completed in early 1954 and took its maiden flight in March at Edwards Air Force Base, California. Guided by Lockheed's fearless test pilot, Tony Levier, the XF-104 soared for over 20 minutes, encountering only a minor hiccup, a gear reluctant to retract. Tragically, the second prototype met its demise during gun trials a few weeks later. However, the surviving XF-104 pressed on, undergoing further enhancements to solidify its reputation as a dependable platform, eventually earning the Air Force's trust in November 1955. Unique features of the F-104 Starfighter. Embracing a revolutionary concept of crafting a lightweight and aerodynamic fighter, the F-104 Starfighter emerged with a distinct identity. Its elongated fuselage and stubby wings didn't just set it apart. They made it resemble a missile rather than a conventional aircraft. It's no wonder they affectionately dubbed it the missile with a man in it. Constructed from an all-metal frame, a combination of duralumin, titanium, and stainless steel, the Starfighter was a technological marvel. The elongated fuselage, coupled with the trapezoidal wing configuration, gave it a unique aesthetic. The wings weren't conventionally placed. They sat farther back on the fuselage, and the aft fuselage stood tall, imparting a lifted tail and a distinctive drooped nose. To combat the challenges of high landing speed, Lockheed ingeniously devised a boundary layer control system, BLCS, that harnessed high-pressure bleed air, allowing it to be blown over the trailing edge flaps, thereby reducing landing speeds. But that's not all. The Starfighter boasted a stabilizer perched atop the fin, a masterstroke to counter inertia coupling. The wings added another layer of uniqueness, slanting downward at a 10-degree negative dihedral angle, countering the wing-on-rudder dynamics that could manifest due to the vertical fin's aerodynamic prowess, nearly rivaling that of each wing. The specifications were equally impressive, with a wingspan measuring 20.9 feet, a length extending to 54.7 feet, and a height standing at 13.4 feet. To get this beast off the ground, it boasted a maximum takeoff weight of 29,000 pounds. When it came to performance, the Starfighter rewrote the rules. General Electric's 14,800-pound thrust J79 turbojet engine, coupled with an afterburner, propelled it to become the first American interceptor capable of sustained flight at speeds surpassing Mach 2. Its operational range stretched beyond 1,080 miles, with a service ceiling reaching a staggering 58,000 feet. And if you needed to scale the heavens in a hurry, it boasted a climb rate of 48,000 feet per minute. But let's not forget the essential aspect, its firepower. Performance and armament. The F-104 Starfighter wasn't just a pretty face, it packed a punch where it mattered most. Armed with an M61 Vulcan 20mm gun and a Sidewinder GAR-8 missile mounted on each wingtip, it was ready for a dogfight. But it didn't stop there. This versatile marvel could be equipped with external fuel tanks and could carry an astounding 4,000 pounds of external stores across its 6 hardpoints, tailored to the mission's specific demands. The F-104 family tree branched out into over 10 variants, each with its unique attributes. Some tweaks and modifications set them apart. Notable among them were the F-104B, a dual-seat trainer, and the F-104C, a nuclear fighter bomber armed with in-flight refueling capabilities. But the star of the show was the F-104G, a specialized bomber variant designed with Germany in mind. And let's not forget the RF-104G, a reconnaissance platform that could see where others couldn't. The F-104 Starfighter didn't sit idle. In the crucible of crisis, it shone bright. The The Taiwan Strait Crisis of 1958 saw it take center stage, dispatched to mainland Taiwan in a mission of air deterrence. Communist China had unleashed an artillery barrage on the Republic of China's disputed islands, Quemoy and Matsu. Though the F-104s didn't engage in combat, their presence alone sent a powerful message, helping pave the way for a ceasefire with China in late October 1958. And when the Berlin Crisis of 1961 threatened to cut off Allied access to Berlin, the F-104 Starfighters were ready for action. Over 60 of these sleek birds were swiftly airlifted to Europe in November, forming a formidable air superiority force that sent a clear signal to any would-be aggressors. Challenges and controversy faced by the F-104 Starfighter. Amid the backdrop of the Cold War's fiery theater, the F-104 Starfighter had other nations green with envy. Germany, Canada, Japan, Italy, the Netherlands, they all yearned to share in the glory of this magnificent aircraft. But a dark and unsettling truth cast a shadow over the F-104's legacy. In 1975, the world learned a troubling secret. Lockheed executives had been involved in a web of deceit, engaging in underhanded tactics to entice foreign countries into purchasing the F-104. While the aircraft itself boasted reliability, it had an unfortunate propensity for engine failures that couldn't be ignored. Germany, in particular, paid a steep price for their desire to embrace the F-104, with a staggering 292 crashes out of the 916 aircraft they acquired, resulting in the loss of 115 valiant pilots. NASA's use of F-104 Starfighters. The F-104 Starfighters weren't ready to retire just yet. They had more history to etch. Their destination? NASA. Picture these sleek and agile wonders taking on the exhilarating realm of high-speed flight research. It all began in August 1956, when NASA's Dryden Flight Research Center gave the green light. These birds, often unsung heroes, embarked on a journey that spanned 38 remarkable years. The grand finale unfolded at Edwards Air Force Base in February 1994, a spectacular swan song to their illustrious career. But these F-104 Starfighters weren't just dazzling spectacles. They played a pivotal role in advancing space research. NASA required pilots with nerves of steel and an intimate understanding of reaction control systems for their rocket-powered research aircraft. To meet this demand, one of the F-104s underwent a transformative journey, equipped with a hydrogen peroxide thruster. This modification ensured that future rocket pilots were well prepared to tackle the challenges of spacecraft control and maneuverability. These intrepid machines weren't limited to the skies alone. They delved into the realm of space research, conducting rigorous tests on the durability of space shuttle thermal protection tiles. They fearlessly navigated through rain in moisture impact studies, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. These guardian angels of the skies also lent their support to advanced research aircraft, including the wingless lift-body vehicle that graced Dryden's airspace in the late 1960s and 1970s. When it came to flight research and support aircraft, the F-104 Starfighters stood head and shoulders above the rest, proudly serving NASA for nearly 4 decades, an achievement that only a select few aircraft can claim. Kelly Johnson's legacy. Kelly Johnson's legacy is a tapestry of triumphs and accolades. One of the crowning jewels was the Collier Trophy, an honor bestowed upon him in 1958. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. In 1964, he ascended to even greater heights, receiving the Medal of Freedom, a testament to his stature as a true luminary in the realm of aviation. Retirement didn't dim the radiance of his career. Even after stepping down from his role as senior vice president in 1975, he remained a director until his final curtain call in 1980. The legacy of this visionary aeronautical engineer and designer endures as an eternal flame, an everlasting source of inspiration for generations to come, a testament to the indelible mark he etched into the annals of aviation history. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in exploring more daring military operations and the remarkable technologies that have reshaped entire conflicts, be sure to explore our other documentary videos. We consistently release fresh content, so make sure to click the bell icon to receive notifications and stay connected for upcoming releases.